Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colours in English. Today I will make this beautiful scarf collar, scarf bufanda en español. I made in knitting, dos agujas, palitos or palillos en español. And I made one long with this rib stitch. And after this I sew with a big needle. I made this canop o bottoms, botones en español, is only for decoración o decoration. You can make this stitch too like the long scarf. This scarf is for teenagers and for us, the adults. You can make for men and for women. I use always my penny hat for compare the width of my scarf. You don't must to make so long because this stitch is a little stretch. I use a thick yarn, but you can use the yarn that you prefer. Only you must to make the centimeters or inches that you need. I have 52 centimeters of wide of long that I made from my scarf, and from the width of this part is 28 centimeters. I use the needle number 10 millimeters. This is the yarn that I use for make. The mark is Rico from Creative Twist, super chunky. And I use the 100 grams of the yarn. Here say that I must to use the needle number 10 millimeters. You can use all the yarn that you prefer. If you have this teeny yarn, you can make in 2 times or 3 times the yarn, for that you can make like my thick yarn. You can make in 2, in 3 or in 4 yarns. But you can use to the teeny yarn, and only you must to make the inches that you need for half the width of our scarf. When you use teeny yarn, you must to use a teeny needle, and when you use a thick yarn, you must to use a thick needle. Now in the stores you can find these big or thick yarns because it's more easy and quick to make the scarf or beanie hats or what you want. Okay, welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colours. Empezamos. We begin. For my pattern, I will use this blue yarn that is not so thick like my green yarn, and the needle number 7 millimeters, 7 milímetros en español. I will start to make the stitches in the needle. I have 27 stitches in my scarf, and I always make 3 purl stitch and 3 knit stitch. In the borders always is 3 knit stitches. Always you must calculate for that the knit stitches is in the border. So if I have 27 stitches, if you want more wide, you must make 27 plus 6 stitches. Now I will make a pattern with 15 stitches. Here I have 15 stitches. I will calculate the yarn for make the stitches. I only make the yarn over the needle. I have 2, 3, 5, 6. I must to make 15 times for calculate the 15 stitches in my needle. Here I have the 15, and I don't let the yarn, and from here I let a little more, and from here I will start to put the stitches in the needles. I will make in a slowly count 2 o slowly mode, en cámara lenta en español. So We cut the 2 yarns from the left to the right and in the needle. Left to right and in the center. I will make now in the slow mode. Here I pass the yarn in the center and from the left I cut from the right in the needle and into the needle. And you must to make 15 stitches in the needle. 15 puntos en español. Stitches, puntos. Needle, agujas. Knitting en español es dos agujas, palitos or palillos. So like this you must to make your stitches in your needle. Left, right and in the needle. So stitch by stitch and I will count how many stitches. I must to have 15 stitches. 15 puntos en español. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. 15 stitches. And I have this yarn for sew our scarf. And now I will make the knit stitches. Puntos derechos en español. Derechos. Here I will make from left to right 3 knit stitches. 2 and this is the third knit stitch. I will make in a slowly mode. From left I catch the stitch, look, I pass the needle, I bring the yarn and this yarn is in the needle now. Again, from left to right, over the needle, the yarn, and the stitch that is in the left needle is out, look, is out. And ready. This is the 3 knit stitches. And now the purl stitch. We bring the yarn in the front and we make the needle from right to the left. I must to make 3 like this. I will make in a slow mode. The yarn in the front for the purl stitch and from the right to the left. Yarn in the needle, look, yarn over the needle and we make the stitch in the right needle. So we must to repeat all these stitches. 3 purl stitches and 3 knit stitches. Now I will make the 3 knit stitches. And 3. Puntos derechos en español. The yarn in the front, we bring the yarn and we make the 3 purl stitches. Revés, puntos revés. And for finish, the 3 knit stitches. 1, 2 y 3. 3 or 3 knit stitches. So this is the first row. We turn the knitting work and now we must to make the stitches that we find. This stitch I don't make nothing. I only pass from the left to the right. Look, we pass only. After that we pass, we start to make 1 purl stitch, punto revés, and another purl stitch, puntos reveses. In the reverse, these 3 purl stitches are 3 knit stitches. This is the opposite. And now 3 knit stitches, 3 puntos derechos. We bring the yarn to the front. For make the purl, we must to make the yarn to the front. 2 and 3. And now the yarn, after the third pull, we must make the yarn in the back, and we make 3 knit stitches, 3 puntos derechos en español. And here the 3 last purl stitches. We are in the reverse of our thread. I always pull this last stitch for that our border is uniform. And now I am in the front of the thread because the yarn of the beginning is in the right part. So this is the front. This is like knots. And now we repeat only until that we have the long that you want. I made 52 centimeters of long of my scarf. This we pass the first in the right needle and we make the 2 rest knit stitches. The yarn in the front and we make the 3 purl stitches. Puntos revés, purl, and knit punto derecho. This stitch is famous like rib stitch, but I make with 3 from 3. You can make from 2 and 2 or 1 and 1. When we make the purl stitch, we must to make the yarn in the front, and we make the knit stitches is in the back. Here I have the 3 knit stitches. So always will be the same until that you have the centimeters that you prefer. And look here how is the border. For this you always, in the last stitch, you must to pull a little the yarn. The scarf is like this. And after this we sew the scarf for our neck. I am in the reverse because the yarn of the beginning is in the left. And now the first always I pass in the right needle and I make here in the reverse the 3 purl stitches. Yarn in the back and I make the 3 knit stitches. Again yarn in the front and the 3 purl stitches. Yarn in the front es el hilo adelante and yarn in the back es el hilo atrás. The yarn in the back is for to make only the knit stitches. In the reverse, I always finish in 3 purl stitches in the reverse. 1, 2, and 3 purl stitches. And pull a little, look, for our border is uniform. We turn the knitting work. And here I can show you how you can calculate how many stitches you need for make your scarf with this yarn and with this needle. I have to time my pattern, so I must to make approximately 36 or 30 stitches, but with 30 the thread will finish in 3 purl. So I must to make I can make with 27 or with 33 stitches. Always is plus 6 stitches. So you can make 27 plus 6 and always you must to try that the 3 knit is in the borders. The first stitch we always make pass to the another needle, only we pass. And here I make the 3 knit stitches. We bring the yarn to the front and we make the 3 purl stitches. The yarn in the back and we make the 3 knit stitches. Puntos derechos, knit, and purl is punto revés. Now I will show you in my scarf. Here I am in the reverse and I must to make the purl stitch and the purl stitch. I have here the needle number 10 millimeters. I turn the knitting work, volteamos el tejido, and now I must to make one row with the 27 stitches. I am in the front because the yarn of the beginning is in the right side. So I only must to make the last row with the 27 stitches. The first stitch always we pass, and I must to make two knit stitches, 1 and 2 knit stitches, and the 3 purl stitches with the yarn in the front, 1, 2, and 3 puntos, and we must to continue only until that I finish my row hilera en español. The yarn to the front, and we make the 3 purl stitches. Okay, now I will close the stitches for the reverse of my thread. Here I pass the first, like always, to the another needle, and here I only will make knit stitches. In the second we make the knit stitch, look. This is the knit stitch, punto derecho en español, and we make the first stitch a little softly the yarn, and the first will pass for the second. Look, we make with the needle, and we make out the needle, and this right needle will take the stitch, and this is the first stitch that we close. We will make the same in the next stitches, one by one. We make a little softly the yarn, and the first pass over the second, and the first needle from the right take the stitch. So like this is the form that you can close the stitches in the knitting. Cerramos los puntos en el tejido a dos agujas palitos or palillos. So now I almost finish the row. Casi terminamos la hilera. Here I close, and the last stitch I pass, look, and here I will close the thread. I make a little bit this loop, the last loop. I cut, and I must to cut the yarn. I use fast or almost all the yarn, the 100 or 100 gramos, 100 gramos. I cut, and I pass this yarn inside of this loop, and we push for that our thread is uniform and ready. Here I have 52 centimeters of long. With this rib stitch, it's like stretching our thread. Punto elástico en español, rib stitch. I must to look where is the front of my work. This is the front because here is the yarn of the beginning. This is the front. So I will join front with front, look. This is the front, and inside is the reverse. And I will join with the big needle. Here is my needle for sew the yarn. This is the reverse inside. I will sew for the front of my work. And with the yarn that is from that I let in the where I close the scarf, and I will pass the needle front in front. This is the canit stitches, and I must to make always that are in the same place the 3 and 3 stitches. Here I go with the needle in front, and I go in the edge, esquina en español, ecke in Dutch or German. And here I start to catch the stitch like this, and in front too. Look, I catch the stitch like this, and in front again, front in front. We must to sew our scarf. Frente a frente debemos coser nuestra bufanda. Scarf, bufanda, collar. This part that we sew is for the part of the back of our head. And here in the purl stitches, I try to cut here in between these purl stitches, and we go again to the front. That must to be perfect. The important is that you try to make the scarf yourself. I invite you to subscribe here in my channel. Maricita Colours in English is total free, and you can find me in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. And if you like this video, you can give me one like. And like this, front in front, we must to finish to sew, coser our scarf, bufanda cuello. Bufanda cuello is like a collar scarf. It's for our neck. Neck, cuello en español. And you can make this scarf like the traditional, like the long scarf too. In another pattern, I will make a long scarf. Here, front in front, we catch the stitches, and we must to continue only until that we finish the row. And always you must to see that it's front in front. Here I only have the 3 canit stitches for sew. I almost finished to sew all my scarf. Ya casi termino de coser toda mi bufanda. Bufanda cuello en español. So here I will show you how I finish to sew my scarf. This is my first pattern in canit, but I will try to make more canit stitches or canit patterns. You can see my channel in Spanish, Maricita Colours in Spanish, and you can write me which video you want that I make in English. Here I try only to loop in the yarn in the reverse, and I make always one loop. For that my scarf is secure, segura. And always try don't let cannot, for that don't disturb to the person that use the scarf. This scarf you can make for all the age. You can see my video, my pattern, how to sew the invisible yarn. The yarn I don't pass in the front of the thread. Always is in the center of the stitches. Stitches, puntos, needle, aguja, yarn, lana o hilo, yarn, hilo. Wool is lana. Here I can cut the yarn, but you can continue. And now we have ready our new collar scarf in knitting. I give you the idea that you can use or put buttons like deco, or you can make flowers like you prefer. I hope that you like, and we see us in my next tutorial. Muchas gracias y hasta la próxima. Chao, chao.